I've been using it for years to go, but should I buy it? Cute. People hate it. I am sick of you saying that you can't wear foundation, you can't do your makeup, you can't do this, you can't do that. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Today you are entering beauty boot camp, okay? Sit down, grab your makeup brushes, grab a notepad, grab a pen. Let's write some things down. Let's learn how to do our makeup step by step. Today's video, we are talking all about base. This is my favorite part of makeup. However, this is the part where people struggle quite a bit. I hear people saying all the time, I can't use foundation because it moves around. I can't do this because everything pills. I can't do this. I can't use that. Wrong. So today we are going through it step by step. Skin prep. Very, very, very important. I preach it in every video that I do. Wash your face before your makeup starts. Say you did your skincare at 10 a.m. It's now 2 in the afternoon. Oils have come through. Your skin has seen so many pollutants outside or inside or just sitting around. Get a clean canvas. Go wash your face, rinse your face, whatever. Splash it with water and dry it off with a towel. But honestly, a washed face is your best bet when it comes to makeup. The oils coming through your skin, whether you can feel it or not, very much has an effect on the way your makeup lays and how, things mix on your skin. So we are going to start with a clean, fresh face. A lot of people say they can't use primer. I hate that. I hate that. Not that you need a primer, because you don't need an actual thing called primer. You just need something to get a good layer and a base for your skin, okay? Whether that be an actual primer or a moisturizer and a serum or a moisturizer and a spray or something that just gives a good layer for makeup. I'm going to start by using this CoverGirl Nourishing Milk Spray. It's a prime and prep spray. I'm just going to let this dry down. Now, I have oily and dehydrated skin, so the best thing for me is light layers of hydration, so water creams, very thin products that hit all bases of hydration, ending with a thicker moisturizer. If I go on with a thick moisturizer, it's not going to be the best for my personal skin type. In light layers of thin water-based products, this is the Thayer's Milky Toner. I'm just using a thin layer of that under my makeup as well. I want to look glowy, but I want to feel that it isn't slipping and sliding, if that makes sense. And last but not least, I'm using the Thirst Burst drops from e.l.f. I need to get more of these because I'm literally pretty much out, which I didn't realize I was going to be running out so soon of. I swear I just bought a new bottle, but I guess not. Staple in my collection. I used to go in with the ones from Glow Recipe, but it just got too expensive, honestly. And these do the job for me personally. I don't use it as skincare. I use it as makeup prep. All of these products just acted as my hydration step. Think of your face as a water bottle. I know it's crazy, but just do it, okay? You fill that bottle with hydration because my skin is lacking hydration. Even though it's oily, it's lacking hydration. That's where oily but dehydrated comes in. Think of you're adding water, you're adding back hydration to the skin, okay? You're adding that water back because my skin doesn't have that. Then you're putting the cap on the bottle. By sealing in that hydration, you're adding this thicker emollient product back to your skin, and then you're locking everything in. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I hope it does, because if I were to put this on, it would just be putting a cap on an empty water bottle. There wouldn't be any hydration in there to seal in anyway. I love a sticky primer. It's just, I always have, always will. It scripts my makeup perfectly. This just adds a nice layer to the skin that's not going to move anything around. It's sticking and creating that beautiful texture for makeup to go over. With sticky primers, it can be a little bit difficult to work with. So with any sticky primer, warm it up in your hands, apply, 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 then tap to activate the stickiness of it all. Not least, I'm going in with a setting spray, and you can use the same prime spray that you used in the beginning, but this has a little bit of a longer wear to it, so it's gonna mix with that foundation and give your foundation a longer wear. I have a shortened list for what you would need for a good base. You would just need a water cream, a setting spray. These Glow Booster drops from e.l.f. are so good, or Thirst Burst drops, so good. I'm not going outside, however, I would be using this SPF if I were. This works beautifully under makeup. I love this SPF so much. Aqua Rich from Biore. I love this so much. Definitely buy this. If you're going to be wearing makeup outside, please use this, but I do recommend waiting 10 minutes if you are going to use this. So yeah. Whenever I do my makeup, I always use a Glow Booster. Today I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury. You do not need the Charlotte Tilbury one. Personally, it is my favorite. However, I like it because it is a reflective base and not a shimmery base. And it's very important to me because I do not like shimmer on my face. So it is very important that the Glow Booster I use is reflective. I have not found one that I like more than the Charlotte Tilbury. The closest would be the Emco, but still, Charlotte Tilbury is just the best one. I'm sorry. I love this product so much. I've been using it for years and No one can stop me. No one can stop me. I love it so much. The lighting is so different, but you can actually see what the makeup is looking like way better. Anyway, going in with the Makeup Forever HD Skin Hydro Glow Foundation. I know it's a little bit more expensive, and you can use foundations from the drugstore, but if you are a beginner and you're looking for easy application, easy blendability, something you know is going to work, I truly recommend to invest in your base products. And if you're going to buy this foundation, I know you won't be disappointed. Super good for oily skin, but it's also super good for dry skin. It has a good coverage. You can actually build this up or sheer it out. And on top of that, it lasts you a very long time. You don't need to buy this foundation multiple times. This is such a beginner-friendly foundation. I do recommend it quite a bit. I use it so frequently. Or it can be really intimidating, but if you have a guide and a game plan, it is so easy. You can be in and out pretty quick. For my brush today, I'm using the Mario F4. I know it is expensive, and you can get some tools that are really, really affordable. However, if you are a beginner and you have no idea what you're doing and you said you wanted to learn, giving you the best of the best, this brush can do your whole face. I will do my whole face essentially with this brush, unless it's obviously not powders, but this is the best brush, I'm telling you. Mario F4. I love an e.l.f. sponge. You can also use a Real Technique sponge, or picking up any other sponge. I wouldn't get it at high end. I'd get it from the drugstore because drugstore sponges are just where it is at. I always do bronzer and blush before concealer because it gives that more underpainted natural effect. I'm taking a cream bronzer. This is in the shade Swim from Say. Again, a very easy product to work with. Build it up, sheer it out. I'm taking a little bit on my cheeks here and applying this bronzer where the sun naturally hits my face and also my nose because I love the look of a sun-kissed nose in the summertime. This product is so versatile. I can use it for full glam, but I also love using it for these types of looks where it's super natural, super easy, just something you can throw on and not have to worry about like patchiness. I apply it to the high points and then blend it all around my cheekbone. I am a bronzy girl. I love the way a bronzer looks everywhere, but I like to make it cohesive throughout my whole face. And then taking my sponge and going over that. I'm looking very glossy, very glowy today, but that's what I personally like. I love a glowy base, even though I am oily. I won't sacrifice a glowy base. Not ever, not ever. For blush, I'm going to use the Camo blushes from e.l.f. These are also very affordable, very pigmented, versatile, creamy. In the shade Suave Mauve today, and I'm putting it at the high points of my face. I will blend it down. Later on, we'll be, going over everything with concealer, so don't worry if you go a little heavy-handed. This is also what I like to do when I teach people how to do makeup. I bet you I'm going to have to put more blush on. It's just easy to teach people this way because then it helps them, control the product and not be scared to put it on. I'm putting a little on my nose, too, because why not? It's all on. We are going to go in with concealer. Today for concealer, I don't know what I'm going to use. I have so many, but I'm like, I don't know which one I actually want to use. I'm bringing you a little bit closer so you can see everything going on. It's looking so beautiful, so light, so fresh. I'm going to go in with the Tower 28 little concealer here. We're going to go under the eyes. So for my under eyes, my placement really doesn't matter because this concealer is my skin tone. It's going to blend into my skin. If I were using a brightening concealer, the placement would matter and change the effects of my makeup. However, concealer is going to go all around my face, so it really doesn't matter. I just like to put the bulk of the product on the outer corners and the inner corners and blend around here, starting on the outer corner, moving my way in, and you're tapping, never dragging. Tapping, never dragging. And with your brush, you're always tapping, never dragging. This concealer, again, is so foolproof. It's actually one of the most beautiful concealers. It is a very clean girl aesthetic concealer. However, the coverage, it can be built up pretty intensely, and the finish is just so creamy. Like, it gives your skin this creamy effect, and I love it. I can't recommend anything better because there is nothing better on the market. Huda Beauty setting powder. I have the shade Cupcake. This is the powder staple in my collection. Most beautiful, most long wearing, most smoothing, the best powder I've ever tried. Ever, ever, ever. I used to hate buying setting powder because I was like, well, it's just setting powder. But this is not just setting powder. This is a filter. I love it. I cannot rave enough. These powder puffs on Amazon. You can get them at the dollar store. I don't know if they sell them at Walmart, but you can just get these powder puffs literally anywhere. They're cheap as hell because they're literally just powder puffs. You're gonna dip it in your powder. On the back of your hand, smooth your powder puff out because the way that you see it on here is the way it's gonna apply to your face because we're stamping. So evenly distribute on here. Take your pinky, look into your mirror, up, stamp on like this. Little stamping motions. I look crazy, but it's just the best way to do it. It's just the best way to do it. Trust and believe, girl. Trust and believe. I take this all over my face. You don't need it all over your face, but I do because I am oily, and you saw the amount of dewy products that we put on. Always wiping away the powder immediately because we don't want to really bake and get that dry effect under our eyes, but you do want to have that powder in there. We're using a Morphe brush, which I love these Morphe and Ariel brushes. They're just like a really beautiful set. We're just wiping away all that powder. Bronzer, we are using Classic Butter Bronzer. And I'm using this Refi brush. I don't know if I love this Refi brush, to be honest with you, but I have it, so I'm going to use it. But if you were to ask me, should I buy this Refi brush? The answer would be no. I don't love it. But right now, I am going to take that butter bronzer and go on my nose because I just love the way this looks as a nose contour. I love the way this looks as a nose contour. It is just so pretty and cute and like sun-kissed. It just is. I don't know. I know contour is supposed to be cool tone, but I like the way a tan looks. It almost just like adds a little cuteness to it. I don't know. I contour my nose to be a button nose. That's just the way I prefer. Very light-handedly kind of creating that shape. Nothing crazy because I don't really want it to be too harsh contour because contour is really hard. And honestly, to get a really good contour, you need to have the right shades for your skin tone. You need to, it could be a whole video itself, but we're doing basic. So I just add a little bronzer to the nose to kind of make a cohesive look, add a little bit of depth. Can't really see it in this camera, but for the blush that I'm using today, we are using my favorite. This is Berry Amore. Such a classic. I feel like this video is full of classic products, to be honest with you. A lot of these are just classic products. And I'm just going on my apples and my cheeks. I love the way my face is shaped. I used to hate it, but now I love it. I love my cheeks, and I love putting, you know, bronzer and blush all over them. Cover them. Love it. Blush blindness. That is me. And yeah. Cute. We're gonna go in and we're gonna make some fake freckles because if you know me, if you've watched any of my videos, you cannot have a look without fake freckles on this channel anyway. You can literally use any brown eyeshadow you have. Personally, I'm gonna go in with the shade Rustic. Let me show you. I like it because it's this warm brown tone. If I were to take off all my makeup, that's the color of my freckles naturally, and so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pinch this brush. It's a very tiny brush on the point. We're gonna just apply. You know, they can be sporadic. Personally, I don't care if my fake freckles look fake. They're fake freckles. It's in the name. But if you care, you can be very precise, whereas I don't. So I'm just going to go everywhere. They kind of just look natural whenever you put setting spray over them anyway. I also like to mix in a few of like different colors. So like a darker brown, like the Cypress Umber if I in that palette, just to give variety. I go pretty heavy around this part of my nose to kind of give a contoured effect with the freckles. My little moles over here. I used to hate my moles and now I love them. They remind me of my mom because she has a lot, and I used to hate them, but now I love them. I take the shade Tempura, and this is a matte white or like a very satiny white. I'm gonna highlight my nose with it because I think it's cute. People hate it. I love it. Don't care. Another little tip in makeup is if someone doesn't like something about your makeup, just tell them. Good thing you don't have to wear it. Because they don't. It is my favorite thing to tell someone. Oh, you don't like my cooking? Good thing you don't have to eat it. You know what I mean? Like, I take pride in what you do to your face. Take pride in your makeup. Take pride in what you love. Because who cares? It's your face. If you like the way it looks, that's all that matters. Who cares if they didn't like it? They don't have to look at you. A lot of women on TikTok nowadays kind of saying, oh, my boyfriend didn't like this, so I stopped doing it. Can't stand people doing things for other people. Not in a bad way. You know, like, I wear makeup for him. He didn't like the way I did it, so I took it off. You. Before I do my very last step, I'm going to take this Beauty powder and just set everywhere that I know I'll get oily. And last but not least, for my favorite step of the day, my highlighter from L'Oreal. We're almost done. I'm using my Lumi Glass stick here. It is basically a cream highlighter stick with no or next to no base to it. So, like, it's just, with next to no base, it's just like this beautiful sheen. I just put it over everything, over powder, and it works so wonderfully. Be a video of mine if I didn't use my Milani Make It Last. I am running low. I cannot wait to go back to Walmart and buy a huge jumbo size again. It's just so nice. And then we're gonna let this dry. We're gonna let this hoe dry. I'm about to do my eyes off camera, so I'm just gonna show you this quick little tip here. Brush in your setting powder, go into your inner corners like this, and it is just an easy way, because sometimes your powder puff can't get all the way in there, or your big under eye brush is a little too big. Little eye brush, get in there with your your inner corners and then onto the lids. This is the base all complete. It is so beautiful. It is so bronzy and glowy and perfect. I just absolutely love it. This is my go-to base. If you have any questions, please let me know. I am free to answer them. If you need me to go in depth more on a step, let me know. I am here for all of your makeup needs. Under my beauty lights, I'm going to turn them off and open the window and show you exactly what it looks like in natural lighting. So gorgeous. I absolutely love it. Please, if you like this video, like, subscribe, comment, all of the things. I'll be here more often. I've been trying to find a filming way that works for me, and I think I found it. Tell me what you liked, tell me what you didn't, and we'll talk about it. Okay, I love you so much. Bye.